Efficiency on a cosmic scale. Evolution is staggeringly inefficient. 99% of all species that ever existed are extinct. Some of the skulls that were discovered, they're of other hominids. We are part of 11 hominid species. We're Homo sapiens. There's other hominids. The one that we're most familiar with is the Neanderthals, who actually we coexisted with for a while. And our DNA contains 1 to 5% Neanderthal DNA. If an engineer destroys 99% of their prototypes, we would not call them brilliant. We would call them reckless, possibly criminal. Entire species lived, struggled, suffered, and vanished, not because they were evil, not because they chose wrongly, but because random mutations failed to keep up with changing conditions. This is not refinement, this is just mass disposal. Would an all-knowing God need billions of years of failed experiments to create us? Would divine wisdom require endless trial and error? Or would such a God already know the outcome and therefore not need the unnecessary suffering? Let us speak plainly about the cruelty of evolution. In evolution, suffering is not a side effect, it is essential. Predators must tear prey apart alive. Parasites must eat hosts from the inside. Millions of offspring must be born only to starve, suffocate, or be eaten. Sea turtles. Hundreds of eggs hatch. Most babies never reach the ocean. Birds tear them apart. Crabs rip them open. Fish swallow them whole. This is not punishment. This is just the system. Evolution produces organisms whose entire survival strategy is maximal harm. For example, parasites that blind children or eat eyes from the inside, organisms that hijack brains and alter behavior. Wasps that paralyze prey lay eggs inside them as larvae can eat them alive. These are not anomalies, these are successful and evolutionary strategies. This is considered in evolution language success. If suffering works, evolution keeps it. Evolution is the worst way of creating something. Consider animals born with malformed limbs, unable to walk, slowly dying of hunger. Cancers that arise from random mutations, the same mechanism that supposedly creates progress, also creates these cancers. If this were a human designed system, we would shut it down immediately. We would not say this is wise, and we would not say this is merciful, and we would not say that there is a purpose behind it. Trial and error is not divine intelligence. Evolution depends on blind trial and error. Blind means no foresight. Error means failure is expected. In Islam, God is not blind. The God I believe in does not guess, does not experiment. The Quran repeatedly describes creation as measured, intentional, and precise. Trial and error is what we do when we don't know what will work. Why would an all-knowing God need to try millions of versions of eyes before arriving at the one that sees? Why would a wise creator produce creatures with backward retinas, shared breathing and eating tubes that cause choking, or spines that collapse under upright posture, all well-known evolutionary leftovers? These are not signs of wisdom, and that's why I doubt the question of today's seminar is evolution part of God's plan?